Hello, my fellow bug eaters. I know I've been away for a while, but I promise I have a good reason for this. You see, after I uploaded the spellbook video, I stood up from my gaming chair and took a step outside, which I should have known would prove almost fatal to a Yu-Gi-Oh player. The moment I stepped foot into the real world, I could tell something wasn't right by the putrid smell in the air, and that's when I was caught off guard by a group of Dragon Maid players who threw stones at my head until I fell unconscious. I'm not entirely sure what they did to me, but I do know I woke up stranded in the woods with no food or water. I walked for miles until my legs gave out, and as I laid there on the forest floor, I gazed upon a single crow carrying a nut, which swooped down to me and beckoned me to follow it. So I pushed forward. Eventually, after walking through several miles of treacherous terrain, the crow revealed to me a 7-lane highway complete with 8 Buckies. I watched as the crow took the nut from its talons and placed it on the road. I watched as a speeding car ran it over and cracked the nut. Finally, some food. But before I could gather the innards of the nut, the crow spoke to me and said, "Man who run in front of car, get tired. Man who run behind it, get exhausted." Which I believe is a direct quote from Sun Tzu. That's when I woke up in a padded cell, hugging myself, with the entire script to this video carved into the wall. So all of this just to say it took me a while to escape, but I'm back to make more awful content. And with that, we can finally talk about...
Hey, you guys are watching Bird Up.
Blackwing is an anime archetype used by Crow in what I classify as peak Yu-Gi-Oh! If you don't like 5Ds, then consider yourself an op. Unlike the Salamangreat structure, which is a very mid-range deck, and unlike Spellbook, which teaches you how to sit on your hands, Blackwing is all about combo, and I actually think this is the best structure deck to teach you that. If you like pleasuring yourself in public and making others watch, then this is the deck for you. The structure deck comes with pretty much every card you need to play Blackwing. But Bug Eater Man, how do I play this deck? I hear you asking. The answer to that is yes. You click yes every opportunity you get. To prove this point, a while ago, I got some friends to play Yu-Gi-Oh! For the first time, and they each picked a structure deck. One of them chose Blackwing, and the advice I gave him was to constantly click yes, and whenever he saw the extra deck light up, he should perform a synchro summon. He managed to beat everybody else while not knowing anything about what he was doing. Watching him play the game is what I imagine watching a monkey type out the entirety of Shakespeare is like. On to the big playmakers though, and Simoon the Poison Wind is an absolute menace. Seaman the Poison Wind's effect allows you to, if you control no monsters, banish a Blackwing monster from your hand to cheat out Black Whirlwind from deck, and then you can normal summon Jizz the Poison Wind. This card by itself sets you up entirely, because Black Whirlwind says when you normal summon a Blackwing monster, you can search your deck for a Blackwing monster with less attack and add it to your hand. Not once per turn. Needless to say, this searches any combo piece you might be missing, like any of the tuner monsters, which are some of the most free special summons imaginable. With this setup, making synchro monsters is a breeze, and luckily, this structure deck has some good ones. Aura Storm sends a card from deck to graveyard and copies its level, allowing you to gain more advantage and combo further. Armed Wing has a cool nerf shotgun, Armor Master can't be destroyed by battle and is a pretty tough nut to crack. Black Winged Dragon isn't a Blackwing card, but Black Winged Assault Dragon needs it for material. And speaking of Assault Dragon, I hope you like IRS roleplay, because you'll be making your opponent pay to play. Assault Dragon says every time your opponent activates a monster effect, they take 700 damage. I've had this comboed against me with Masquerade, and attempting to play the game at all caused absurd levels of self-harm. I ended up surrendering that game because the Tism Tango takes 2. Overall, this deck is actually fantastic, so like the Salamangreat structure, it gets the bug stamp of approval. By now, you should know the deal. Leave a comment below telling me which structure deck I should review next. The only 4 we have left are Blue Eyes, Utopia, Cyber Dragon, and Dragon Maid. And like always, I love you all, and thanks for watching.